Welcome back once again, everyone, to Warmack 9's FTB Fury the Buried mod pack. Today's episode, I'm going to be a little bit quicker. I've got a kind of a sore pain in my throat, and I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it feels a little swollen, and I'm having some trouble swallowing like foods and drinks and stuff, so I'm going to try and take it a little bit easier. Last episode we went to the Nether, and I basically fought ghast for like 40 minutes, and was it wasn't literally 40 minutes, the whole episode was like 40 minutes, but I fought ghast for a very, very long time with basically no armor because all of this was drained. So yeah, that was fun. Let's look at my damage. Yeah, this is coming back. I've left this guy running for a little while, but I've also mined out slightly more underneath the base. Not a whole lot, just enough to drain the drill a few times. Drill and chainsaw have been used up a little. Let's see, this guy's getting full again. I'll take another couple stacks of cobble. I've been having to kind of shift this around manually just because I don't want this to overflow, and I don't really feel like repiping right now. So yeah, since these guys don't want to go in from the face, I'm just moving stuff manually into faces. I am going to build a few more solar panels, but I think I'm going to try and throw up another low voltage off camera, just that way I can double the productivity of that. We're going to go over here and peek at my quarry, see how it's doing. I noticed that a couple squids have been dying in my my previous quarry spot over here. Not this one, but that one up there. And I'm not sure how they're dying, but they die, and all the stuff kind of goes over here to one side. I'm like assuming that they're drowning because they get stuck in like a downward force, but I didn't think they could drown, so I don't know what's going on with them there. But I've picked up about 4 squid sacks right there, so that's a thing. But this thing took a while to clear out because I'm doing it underground now, and it has to clear out a small cavern for it to go. Oh, it took away my torch there. It has to clear out the little cavern here for it to go, and I don't get any of the materials in this portion that it clears out, but everything below that I get. And it's been going really fast since it got below that. So as you can see down there, you can still kind of see where it's digging away, but it's going at about a block a second, so that's fast enough in my opinion. I haven't really been getting very fortunate with diamonds. I believe I've only managed to get 3 diamonds since it's been going, but I've gotten a lot of iron. Enough iron that I was able to make a few more tanks, as well as a little bit of gold, a little bit of redstone. As you can see here, I got one little guy of 10 slowly scooting along. And that's it compared for this string right here. That's all cobble. So go figure. Just the state of my inventories here. We're still sitting on a bit of tin and copper and not as much iron. We've got some lead though, and silver. That's good. And then over here, I recently just made a withdrawal on some redstone, copper, iron, and tin because today I wanted to get into something. Somebody mentioned something about a red power windmill, and I was like, windmills in red power? Does it have like an actual visual prop? And then I went and looked on the red power wiki, and I couldn't really find anything of any description regarding a red power windmill. So if you could like point me in the direction of where I should look, I'll certainly check that out. But for industrial craft windmills, yeah, I wasn't planning on throwing those up. As you can see, I've got some more tanks. This guy over here, he's about halfway full with creosote oil, but I've also finished out using the rest of my iron panels, the iron plates, and made a couple more tanks here with little designs out of the glass. This one I'm going to use for the lava, so this is going to be a massive super tank holding lava. Holds 3,920 buckets of lava. I've got 2 of the little valves here on the sides. One is on the back just in case I ever dig out this way, which is what that cobble's there for, is I had to dig behind and re-add that afterwards. Then I have 2 more up top. This guy's got 4 on top, 1 right here. This is going to be a water tank. The water tank is actually the fastest stinking thing I could possibly hope to do. So we are going to go ahead and start getting these guys prepped to be filled, because the water tank, it doesn't hurt to have water. The lava tank, generators, just generators and generators and generators. Lava can be so useful not only for generators but also for obsidian, and if I need to make additional things using obsidian, I will have a easy, readily accessible source of it using something like this plus a magma crucible or an igneous extruder, things like that. So yes, here we are. I'll probably end up, just for a point of reference, running this guy with a pump from the nether and getting lava from the nether and just endlessly flowing it into here. It takes about 4 hours to fill one of these guys, or something a little bit larger if I'm only using one pump or so. So that's the thing, and this guy takes much less than that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a couple machines. I need to make some liquid transposers like these guys here, which require buckets, glass, machine frame, copper, and a redstone reception coil. This is all from thermal expansion. The machine frame requires 4 iron, glass, and a bar of gold. I didn't snatch up my gold here, but I am kind of low on gold, so I do have to relatively ration how I'm spending it. But for this guy, we needed a redstone reception coil, which is made like so. Machine frame, which is made like so, with glass. And then we needed a bucket, 2 more glass, and 2 copper ingots. So we will make a bucket, like, not quite like that. Getting a little bit of latency here on my computer this morning, not sure why. Like that. So once we are at this point, we can place all this stuff back up in here, and of course I do know if you hit this and hit this, it'll actually autofill everything for you. But knowing the base recipe is always nice in the event that you don't necessarily have any eye in your mod setup. If you're using FTB, you won't have that problem. Hang on, I have a little bit of hair on my mouse optic. And here we are with 1 liquid transposer. Now, personally, I like to run about 4 of these guys, and I will stick them on top of the 4 valves on top of the box, on top of the tank, and they just generate water so very quickly. Especially if you go ahead and take, like, say, a bucket of water and fill it from, say, like the infinite water source I have upstairs over my wheat farm, and then use that to generate additional water by it being in adjacent blocks to the liquid transposer. Next, we also need to make a few other things other than the liquid transposer. We needed the aqueous accumulator, which this is actually what I need to place on the top of the water tank. Excuse me. The liquid transposers are used for withdrawing water. This is used for collecting it from the surrounding atmosphere. You can also use the liquid transposers to place water into items. Say if I throw them down right here, I can have either fluid that's already filled inside this go into an object, and then obviously the output's right here, or have it go out the other way. You also can click on the little thing here to get recipes. So if you have like molten redstone, which is used for thermal expansion, you can fill things like your energy cell frames here, which work as like a battery box. Same with energy conduits. Then of course you can do it with any sort of capsules, cells, buckets, what have you. Bottles, of course. These guys run on Buildcraft Energy, and you can configure what side you want the outputs to be on. I think it's any side except for the face, so it's relatively convenient in that regard. So that way you can say have fluids pumping out one side, but objects pumping out the other. It'll automatically default to based on the type of pipe you have, as well as the color output you're using. So for the aqueous accumulators, we need 2 tin. We need a pneumatic servo, which is redstone, 2 iron, 2 glass. And then we needed buckets and the machine frame. The machine frame, we'll go ahead and make one of these with some glass as well. I'll actually make 2 of these because I'm going to need another 2 liquid transposers as well. And reline this out. It'd be nicer if I had like a crafting table 3 or maybe even a project table, but crafting table 3 doesn't work with everything. We have that. We needed the pneumatics, so we'll go ahead and place these guys here, and this here with another one of those there. 2 pneumatics. 210, 2 pneumatics, 2 buckets, because I'm just doubling everything. 2 buckets, 2 glass, and there we go. So if we do this and the question mark there, we can place the 210 on either side, pneumatics at the bottom, buckets at the top, 2 glass on either side, and 2 machine frames, and we have 2 aqueous accumulators. Now I'm going to just kind of rig these up with water and a bucket and dirt to go ahead and get 2 of these running. It will not fill up quite as fast, but it still fills up pretty quickly. It only took me about 30 minutes testing to fill a tank of that size. So it'll be, I guess, about an hour instead of 30 minutes, since it's half the capacity, half the amount of accumulators. In any case, I will still need 2 more liquid transposers, so I will go ahead and slap those together off camera so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me tediously click away through these. And I will be right back in 1 moment. Of course, I said that like I meant it. Unfortunately, it seems that I am a tad shy on gold, so for right now, I guess I can be okay without having to make a couple extra unless I happen to have gold coming along my pipeline. But at least I do already, I do realize that I wasted a lot of gold with that guy, unfortunately. At least I do have something working toward where I was going, and you guys can at least see the basis of what I was doing here. So, for what I am doing, I will place things like my aqueous accumulators here, here, or here, or here. For this example, I'm just placing them here. And then I will place a bit of dirt right here, dirt right here. Those look a lot cleaner when it's water, of course. And then place another aqueous accumulator there. I can get rid of this to at least lay out my water bucket right here, and then swap back. And now these guys are generating water at a higher rate. So as you can see, it's showing 8 right there. And this guy should be receiving if I turn my output to the bottom. Well, all sides are output, really. 13. It might be going a little slower because I have it so close to the underground here. They pump out at every 25. And when I last did this, it was actually on the surface. I wouldn't imagine it would make that big a difference, but we'll go ahead and encase them with the water immediately surrounding and see what we can see. Let me hop up here really quickly and maybe clear out a little bit more space so I have a little bit more breathing room to work here. There we go. Just clearing out slightly. I'm going to have to leave that lever there. Lever. And bring this guy here, as in here. And then break this guy here. And then do that. And that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Guess I should have came up slightly different angle, but well, poop, it's doing that to me again. Oh well, I will return upstairs for a little bit more water. Also, I cleared off a little small hole there, so that way I could be able to do all my piping once I start doing my lava buckets. Oh my goodness, lag. Yeah, so I've been kind of busy the last couple days. I know I've missed at least 1 day without an upload, the 2nd of January, and for that I do apologize. But I have been entertaining company as my friend was visiting me from out of town, and I haven't exactly seen him in a while. So it was kind of a neat experience to have him come out here and see me. He got to ride a plane for his first time in his life, so that was cool for him. It was also cool for me because, you know, I haven't really been hanging out with any buddies. I haven't really been hanging out with any friends in a while. Nice. It's really starting to generate it now. It's already up to 4,000, so that's about 4 buckets worth of water already generated from these. So yeah, this is a relatively quick and easy method to have a lot of water in excess. Now, on one hand, I do see that you could probably do better with just having an infinite water source and then just bucketing it out or just selling it out. But you can automate a system like this. If you put it into a liquid transposer, you provide enough power for the transposer with buildcraft energy, you'll be fine. You just have infinite everything basically at that point, and you can have everything go into whatever system you need it to, whatever machines you need it to. It works, especially if you're looking to do something like a steam engine boiler and you want to use that for your powering system inside your factory. That's totally doable when you have a basically free and unlimited water source like this. Steam engine boilers, of course, work very, very similar to like magmatic engines, and which I hope to eventually use, and Stirlings and Redstones. But you're getting a bit better energy than you would out of Redstone. But I find that it's a lot closer to Stirling, which I don't necessarily see as big a value in. As I have Stirling and I have coal coke, I can make basically the same effects with something that's quicker to get to than steam engine power, and I don't have to run steam pipes for it. So, on one hand, I believe that was with a commercial version engine. On one hand, steam engines are nice, but on the other hand, they can explode. So that's a little more hazardous than a Stirling engine can be. Not to mention that steam engines themselves, oh yeah, you can see the water pouring down in little bursts there as well, which is also pretty cool. Steam engines are also rather, they're just not as effective, I guess, in bulk. I can see the point to them, as you don't have to maintain them as frequently, and you could set up a whole system where they're completely automated and turn on and off on a switch kind of deal, and you can have your entire factory working at the flip of a button. But on the other hand, ease of access kind of thing for me. And if you guys like, I can certainly go through a lot of steam power, a lot of the Railcraft steam stuff that you can do with both engines, the various kinds of steam engines, particularly the commercial and industrial. Those are all quite cool and quite fun to use, but it's like I said, it doesn't really feel like it's as simple to use as something else could be. Alright, so this one's going to be a little tricky for me to jump and drop water. Did I get it? No, I think yeah, as I say, I think I just dumped the bucket there. There we go. Alright, so that should be all the water sources needed for this guy. And now he's already up to 169 buckets of water in here, which is pretty cool. I just claimed one bucket, so I guess that's where that last one went. But I have these guys surrounded by water on all four sides. Basically, aqueous accumulators generate water out of the surrounding atmosphere, which is something you can do in any area. And they generate more based on the biome you're in. So a desert's going to receive less than a swamp, or less than a jungle, or less than a rainforest, or what have you. But they can also generate more water if placed in water or near water. So that was the entire point of wanting to lace those with buckets up top. So for the cost of 6 buckets, these guys generate, hundreds and hundreds of buckets of water. And before long, this tank will be filled, and you'll actually see the water go all the way up to the top, which is a pretty cool effect. Same thing could be said for doing it over here with the lava. Same kind of deal. So next, I wanted to go ahead and use this liquid transposer. I'm going to go ahead and save my redstone reception coils for when I can actually get my stinking remaining liquid transposers, because I kind of need those if I want to make these machines super worthwhile without having to come over here and actually tap off the tap every time I want to do it. But I can put this right here on the side, give it a little bit of power. I'm just going to use basic redstone engines because I'm not planning on using it a whole lot right now. Actually, I don't like that. I'm going to put this on the other side here. And then I'm going to give them a little lever. Get them pumping, get some energy in here, because these guys don't exactly generate energy very quickly, and this does require a bit of energy dependent on what size stuff you're actually doing with it. But that being said, that's really going to kind of do it for me today. My throat is rather sore. It kind of feels like I've got a vice right around the voice box, and I'm not exactly sure what I did. Maybe I swallowed a bug while I was sleeping or something gross, but I'm gonna have to stop for today and go ahead and upload this for you guys, because I don't want you guys to go without a video. I'd like to be able to keep videos going up daily, but I kind of wanted to get this tiny little step done and at least get it on camera for you guys. And between this episode and next episode, I'm going to throw up a couple more solar panels. Like I said, I do already have some more coal dust already macerated. All I have to do is just slap together the machines, basically. So once again, that's going to do it for me today. I really want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for leaving all your comments and your support. And this has been Warmack 9, and I will see